Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chill English Time. I'm Emma, and joining me as always is...
Hey everyone, I'm Michael, and today, I have to confess something. I'm terrible at mornings. Haha.
You're not alone. That's exactly why today we're discussing morning routines in English. We'll explore how to talk about your habits, productivity tips, and all the vocabulary you need to describe your mornings like a native speaker.
This is perfect timing. I've been trying to establish a better morning routine, but I struggle to even articulate what I'm doing wrong.
Well, by the end of this episode, you'll have the language to not only describe your routine, but also optimize it. We'll cover essential phrases, common mistakes, and practice real conversations about morning habits.
Let's dive in.
And if you're new to Chill English Time, we'd love for you to subscribe. We release weekly episodes designed to elevate your English to a more natural, fluent level. All right, let's talk mornings. So, Michael, let's start with the basics. How would you describe yourself when it comes to mornings? Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, definitely a night owl. I tend to stay up late and then struggle to wake up in the morning. It's a vicious cycle, really.
That's such a common pattern. An early bird is someone who wakes up easily and feels energized in the morning, while a night owl thrives at night. Now, when you do wake up, what's the first thing you do?
Honestly, I hit the snooze button multiple times. Haha.
The snooze button, such a tempting trap. To hit the snooze button means to delay your alarm for a few extra minutes of sleep. But here's a better phrase. I drag myself out of bed. This means you force yourself to get up even though you don't want to.
I drag myself out of bed. That's exactly what I do. It's such a struggle.
Repeat after me. I drag myself out of bed.
I drag myself out of bed.
Perfect. Now, ideally, we want to wake up feeling refreshed. You might say, I wake up naturally around 7, or I'm up with the sun. This means you wake up when the sun rises, which is very healthy.
I'm up with the sun. I wish. That sounds so peaceful. What about people who need coffee immediately?
Ah, yes. Many people need their morning caffeine fix. You could say, I can't function without my morning coffee. Or, I need coffee to kickstart my day. Kickstart means to energize or activate something.
I need coffee to kickstart my day. That's me for sure.
Coffee is essential for so many people. Now, let's talk about the actual routine. Some people have a very structured morning. They might say, I follow a strict morning routine, or I stick to a consistent schedule.
I stick to a consistent schedule. I should probably do that. What does a good routine look like?
Great question. A productive morning might include, I take a cold shower to wake myself up, or I do some light stretching to get my blood flowing. Notice the phrasal verb, get my blood flowing? It means to activate your circulation and energy.
Get my blood flowing. I like that expression. What about breakfast?
Excellent point. You might say, I whip up a quick breakfast. Whip up means to prepare something quickly. Or, I grab something on the go. This means you eat while traveling or in a hurry.
I grab something on the go. That's usually what I end up doing. Not ideal, I know.
It happens. But ideally, you'd say, I sit down for a proper breakfast, or I fuel my body with a nutritious meal. Now, what about planning your day?
Oh, I never really do that in the morning.
You should. Many successful people say, I review my priorities for the day, or I map out my tasks before diving in. Map out means to plan or organize something carefully. Repeat after me. I map out my tasks before diving in.
I map out my tasks before diving in.
Excellent. Now, some people incorporate mindfulness or meditation. They might say, I take 10 minutes to meditate and center myself. Or, I practice gratitude journaling to set a positive tone.
Practice gratitude journaling. That sounds very intentional and healthy.
It is. The key to a good morning routine is intentionality. You're being deliberate about how you start your day. Another useful phrase, I ease into my day gradually. This means you don't rush, you take your time.
I ease into my day gradually versus rushing around frantically, which is usually what I end up doing. Haha.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about what happens when things go wrong. You might say, I overslept and had to rush, or I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. This idiom means you're in a bad mood from the moment you wake up.
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Oh, so it's not literal, it's about your mood.
Precisely, it's an idiom. You can also say, I'm feeling groggy. Groggy means tired, disoriented, not fully awake yet.
I'm feeling groggy. Yes, that describes my mornings perfectly.
Repeat after me. I overslept and had to rush.
I overslept and had to rush.
I'm feeling groggy this morning.
I'm feeling groggy this morning.
Perfect. Now, let's practice a real morning conversation. All right, Michael, let's imagine you're talking to a colleague who seems really put together every morning. I'll be your colleague. You ask me about my routine. Ready?
Ready, let's do this. Hey Emma, I've noticed you always seem so energized in the mornings. What's your secret? I'm always dragging myself through the first few hours.
Oh, thanks for noticing. Honestly, it took me years to establish a routine that actually works. I used to be a complete night owl, but I've gradually shifted my habits.
Really? How did you manage that? I keep trying to become a morning person, but I just hit the snooze button repeatedly and end up rushing.
I totally understand. The game changer for me was going to bed earlier and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Consistency is everything. Now, I'm naturally up with the sun around 6:30.
6:30? That's impressive. What do you do once you're up? Do you just dive straight into work?
No way. I've learned that easing into my day gradually is crucial. I start by taking a cold shower. I know it sounds brutal, but it really jumpstarts my system and gets my blood flowing.
A cold shower? I don't know if I could handle that. What else?
After that, I do about 15 minutes of light yoga and stretching. It helps me feel centered and focused. Then I sit down for a proper breakfast, usually oatmeal with fruit and a strong cup of coffee.
That sounds so intentional and structured. I usually just grab something on the go. Do you plan your day in the morning too?
Absolutely. Before I even check my emails, I map out my top 3 priorities for the day. It prevents me from getting overwhelmed or distracted by less important tasks.
Wow, that makes so much sense. I tend to just react to whatever comes at me. No wonder I feel scattered. How long did it take you to build this routine?
Probably about 3 months before it felt natural. The first few weeks were rough. I definitely woke up on the wrong side of the bed more than once. But once I pushed through, my productivity and mood improved dramatically.
That's inspiring. I think I need to stop making excuses and actually commit to something similar. Any advice for someone just starting out?
Start small. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Maybe just focus on waking up at the same time for a week. Once that feels manageable, add one more element, like a healthy breakfast or a brief planning session. Small, consistent changes are more sustainable than dramatic shifts.
That's really helpful advice. I'm going to give it a shot. Thanks for sharing your routine with me.
Of course, let me know how it goes. We can be accountability partners if you'd like. All right, back to our podcast discussion. Michael, how did that conversation feel?
It felt really natural, and honestly, hearing you describe a structured routine made me realize how much I'm missing out on by not having one.
That's the exact point. Did you notice all the phrases we incorporated? You said dragging myself through. I mentioned up with the sun, easing into my day, jumpstarts my system, map out my priorities. These are all natural, idiomatic ways native speakers discuss routines.
True, and woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I love that expression. It's so much more colorful than just saying I was in a bad mood.
Exactly. That's what makes your English sound more fluent and natural. Let's repeat a few of those key phrases. Repeat after me. I ease into my day gradually.
I ease into my day gradually.
I map out my priorities before diving in.
I map out my priorities before diving in.
It jumpstarts my system.
It jumpstarts my system.
Excellent. Now, let's address some common mistakes. All right, time for common mistakes. Michael, are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm sure I've been making some of these.
Don't say, I wake up myself at 7. Say, I wake up at 7. Or, I get up at 7. You don't need the reflexive myself here.
I wake up at 7. Got it. Not wake up myself.
Exactly. Another one. Don't say, I make my morning routine. Say, I follow my morning routine. Or, I stick to my routine. We don't make routines in the sense of doing them daily.
I follow my morning routine. That makes sense. What else?
Don't say, I'm drinking coffee every morning. Say, I drink coffee every morning. For habitual actions, we use simple present, not present continuous.
I drink coffee every morning. Right. Habits use simple present.
Perfect. And don't say, I'm waking up early tomorrow. Say, I'm going to wake up early tomorrow. Or, I'll wake up early tomorrow. Future plans need future tense.
I'm going to wake up early tomorrow. Okay, that's a common mistake for sure.
One more. Don't say, I need coffee for to wake up. Say, I need coffee to wake up. No for before to in this structure.
I need coffee to wake up. Simple but important.
Exactly. These small details make your English sound much more natural. Okay, Michael, quick review. How do you describe someone who loves mornings?
An early bird, and someone like me who prefers nights is a night owl.
Perfect. And if you wake up in a bad mood?
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Great. What about when you need coffee to start your day?
I need coffee to kickstart my day.
Excellent. And if you're planning your tasks?
I map out my priorities, or I map out my tasks before diving in.
Beautiful. Now repeat after me one final time. I'm trying to establish a consistent morning routine.
I'm trying to establish a consistent morning routine.
I drag myself out of bed most mornings.
I drag myself out of bed most mornings.
I'm up with the sun on weekends.
I'm up with the sun on weekends.
Perfect. You've got this. Now let's do one final role play. All right, final practice. You're explaining your ideal morning routine to me. I'll ask questions, you describe it. Ready?
Let's do it.
So, Michael, if you could design your perfect morning, what would it look like?
Well, ideally, I'd wake up naturally around 6. No alarm, just up with the sun, feeling refreshed.
That sounds lovely. What would you do first?
I'd take a few minutes to just lie there and practice gratitude. Think about what I'm thankful for. Then I'd get up and do some light stretching to get my blood flowing.
Nice. Would you shower right away?
Yes, a cold shower to really jumpstart my system. I know it sounds intense, but I've heard it's incredibly energizing.
It definitely is. What about breakfast?
I'd sit down for a proper breakfast. Maybe scrambled eggs with avocado and whole grain toast. No more grabbing something on the go.
And coffee?
Of course, I need my morning caffeine fix. But I'd actually sit and enjoy it mindfully instead of gulping it down while checking emails.
That's very intentional. Would you plan your day too?
Absolutely. I'd map out my top 3 priorities before diving into work. That way, I'm being proactive rather than reactive.
That sounds like an excellent routine. How realistic is this for you?
Honestly, I think I can build up to it gradually. Maybe start by just waking up at the same time every day and go from there. Small, consistent changes, right?
Exactly. That's the key to success. Perfect. And that's it for today's episode of Chill English Time.
We covered so much, from describing morning habits to talking about productivity and routines.
Exactly. Remember, the key to sounding natural is using these idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs. Don't just say, I wake up. Say, I drag myself out of bed, or I'm up with the sun.
And be intentional about your mornings. Even if your routine isn't perfect, being able to articulate your goals and habits in English is incredibly valuable.
Absolutely. Whether you're an early bird or a night owl, now you have the vocabulary to discuss it fluently.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Chill English Time. We're here every week to help you sound more natural and confident in English.
Yes, hit that subscribe button and join our community of learners. We'd love to have you.
And comment below. Tell us, what's one thing you'd like to change about your morning routine? Practice your English with us.
We read every comment. Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, learning English is a journey, not a destination.
See you next time.
Rise and shine, everyone. Bye.
Take care.